My favorite thing to show people are shortcuts. When I'm giving day-long courses, sometimes 5 minutes in, I show someone a shortcut and they say, game over, I can leave now. And if that's all I've learned today, it will have been worth it. Hopefully, one of these 5 shortcuts that I show you now will have the same effect. So let's get started. So shortcut number 1, some keyboard shortcuts for getting around a spreadsheet. Here I have a range of cells, and to highlight the range of cells, click inside the range of cells and then Control and the letter A. That will automatically select the entire range. It stops when it meets a completely blank column and also when it meets a completely blank row. So you can see here it stops at row 801. Another couple of shortcuts that are handy when you're inside of a range of cells are the Control button and the arrow keys. So Control and up, for example, the up arrow will bring you to the very top of whatever column you're in, and it brings you to the top of that range that you're in. So Control and the down arrow brings you to the bottom of the range. Control and left brings you to the leftmost cell. Control and right brings you to the rightmost cell of the row that you're in. So it's a very quick way of going to the top, to the bottom, to the left and to the right. If you hold down Control and Shift at the same time and also use your arrow keys, then it will highlight in the direction of the arrows. So if I start in A1 and this time I hold down Control and Shift and go to the right, it highlights all of the cells to the rightmost of the range. Again, if I start in F1 and if I do Control Shift and the down arrow, it highlights all the way down to the end of the range in that column. Shortcut 2 is about dates, and a lot of the time we type today's date into a cell. So if I said to you to type today's date into cell B1, you would normally manually type in the date. However, the shortcut is Control and the semicolon. When you type Control and semicolon, it automatically puts today's date into the cell. Now there is a function that puts today's date into a cell as well. Some of you might know this one. It's the equal sign with the word today followed by an open and close brackets. That will also put today's date into a cell. However, there is a difference here. If I click on cell B3, you'll notice that in the formula bar, it shows me the formula or the function. Whereas when I go to B1, it just shows me the date. The difference here is that tomorrow, the one in B1 will still say the 14th of the 6th. It's always going to be that date. Whereas the one with the function in it, the today bracket bracket, will constantly change. So tomorrow that will say the 15th, the next day it'll say the 16th, and so on. Shortcut number 3 is the fact that you can copy or duplicate an entire sheet to use it again and again and again. So here, for example, I've set up a timesheet and I can put in the start day of the week that I want this timesheet to start from. However, next week, I want a different timesheet. So if I go down to the name of the sheet down here at the bottom, and the shortcut is hold down the Control key and then simply drag the name of the sheet with your left mouse to the right. So you're dragging the name of the sheet to the right, let go of the mouse, then let go of Control. And you can see it has completely duplicated that sheet. What I really like about this shortcut is we can actually copy a sheet into a brand new workbook using the same option. So if, for example, I went into File, New, and I went to a brand new workbook. Let's say now I decide to just put these two workbooks side by side. Now I can see here is my shortcut 3 sheet, and I want to copy that sheet into a brand new workbook over here. So watch, I hold down my Control key, I drag the name of the sheet, and I keep dragging it until I reach that other screen. And when I let go of my mouse, it has now completely duplicated that sheet and brought it into this workbook. And if I go back into the other workbook, it's still there from before. Shortcut number 4 is a quick way of inserting rows and columns. So for example, if you highlight, let's say row number 1, the shortcut on the keyboard is Control and plus. Control and plus will automatically insert whatever you've got highlighted. So in this case, it's a row. If I highlight a column and I do Control and plus, you can see that it always inserts a column for you. If you keep your finger down on Control and just keep pressing the plus sign, you'll see here that it automatically just keeps adding columns or rows if you had a row selected. Just be aware, I'm using the plus symbol on my numbers pad. If you don't have a numbers pad on your keyboard, the plus is above the equals, so you might need to do Control Shift and plus for that to work. And the other option then is to be able to delete using the shortcuts as well. So if I highlight one particular column, if I do Control and minus, it automatically deletes whatever it is I have highlighted. And we can do these in multiples. If I highlight B, C, D, and E, Control and minus automatically deletes them. If I highlight rows 1, 2, and 3, again, Control and minus deletes all 3 rows. And finally, shortcut number 5 is an option for us to clear any formatting that's on a workbook that we've been sent. So here you can see that the font style in here is a bit odd. It's using a font style that I wouldn't normally use. The size of the font is quite small as well. It's at 10. I can see over here that it's using euros. Up here it's using blue background with red text, which I don't think is massively clear. Somebody has also put borders in places where they shouldn't be, etc. So the first thing I'm going to do is highlight my range. So the shortcut for that was Control and A. And in the Home tab, there's a hidden little option in the editing section called clear. Now be careful, there's different types of clears, and what I want to do is I want to just clear the formatting of the cells that I've highlighted. So if I click clear formats, watch, it automatically brings everything back to the default, and then you can go and apply the formatting that you want on those cells. Because that's a button we use a lot, and the fact that it's kind of hidden away in this sub-menu here, this is a perfect option for us to add to our quick access toolbar, which is this toolbar up here at the top. And you can see that I've already added it up here to the top. So I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to remove it from my quick access toolbar, and I'm going to show you how I added that. So I go to my Home tab, I go to Clear, I hover over Clear Formats, right mouse click and simply add to the quick access toolbar. So if I click on that, you now can see the clear formats button up here. So if I ever want to use that button again, I can simply go up to my quick access toolbar to do it. So they were my top 5 shortcuts for everyday users. I hope you got 1 or 2 that you can start using. Check out my other videos for more shortcuts, tips and tricks for using Excel every day.